Professional plumbers face a problem that seems simple until you try to solve it. How do you cut perfectly circular holes in walls, floors, and ceilings for pipes without destroying the surrounding material? Power tools have been developed specifically for this task. Oscillating multi-tools, rotary cutters, and specialized hole saws promise precision and speed. Yet when experienced plumbers need a clean hole cut fast, they reach for a tool that predates these modern devices by decades, and they finish the job before someone using powered equipment has completed their setup. The method involves a simple hand saw with a blade designed in the mid-20th century. What makes it faster than modern alternatives isn't the tool itself, but the technique that was developed around it. This combination of tool design and skilled application creates results that powered equipment cannot match for speed, precision, and adaptability. Understanding why this old method persists reveals important truths about when human skill outperforms mechanical power. 1. Why cutting pipe holes is harder than it looks. The challenge isn't just making a circular opening. The hole must be sized precisely to the pipe passing through it. Too small, and the pipe won't fit. Too large, and you create gaps that violate building codes and compromise fire blocking. The cut must be clean enough that the edges don't interfere with pipe installation or damage fittings. And the work must happen in awkward positions, inside wall cavities, flat against ceilings, or in corners where access is limited. Power tools excel at cutting through material quickly, but they struggle with the precision and control needed for plumbing installations. A drill with a hole saw can cut a perfect circle through wood, but setting up the tool, ensuring the pilot bit centers correctly, and managing the tool's torque while working overhead or in confined spaces takes time. The tool also requires power, which means running extension cords or managing batteries. More critically, power tools commit you to a particular size and position. Once you start the cut with a hole saw, you cannot easily adjust if you realize the placement needs to shift slightly. The mechanical nature of powered cutting means you either complete the planned cut or you create an irregular hole that must be patched and redone. 2. The hand tool that solved everything at once. The reciprocating saw with a fine-tooth blade doesn't seem like it should work better than purpose-built powered equipment. It's a simple hand saw with a blade that moves back and forth through a short stroke. There's no rotation, no guide mechanism, no built-in circle cutting capability. Yet in the hands of a skilled plumber, this tool cuts accurate pipe holes faster than any powered alternative. The key is in the technique that was developed over decades of use. The plumber doesn't try to cut a circle all at once. Instead, they cut a series of straight lines that approximate the circle closely enough that the rough edges can be cleaned up with a few additional strokes. The method looks crude but produces remarkably precise results because the plumber can adjust each cut based on immediate feedback. The straight line cuts happen fast because the saw is optimized for that motion. The blade length and tooth pattern allow aggressive cutting through wood or drywall without binding. The plumber controls each cut start and end point precisely, something impossible with rotating tools that must complete a full circle once started. If the hole needs to be slightly larger or repositioned, the plumber simply makes additional cuts without setting up new equipment. 3. Why skill makes the difference. The speed advantage of the reciprocating saw method comes entirely from human skill and adaptability. An inexperienced person using the same tool would take longer and produce worse results than someone using a powered hole saw with a guide. But a plumber who has cut thousands of holes develops an intuitive understanding of how to sequence the cuts for maximum efficiency. They learn to visualize the final hole and work backward to determine the minimum number of straight cuts needed. They develop muscle memory for the angle and depth of each stroke. They can adjust their approach based on the material. Cutting drywall requires different technique than cutting through studs or floor joists. This adaptability would require reprogramming if attempted with a machine, but it happens automatically with experienced human judgment. The technique also accounts for real-world conditions that complicate mechanical approaches. Walls are rarely perfectly vertical. Studs aren't always where drawings indicate. Sometimes you discover electrical wiring or other pipes that require adjusting the hole position. A skilled plumber makes these adjustments seamlessly during the cutting process. Powered equipment requires stopping, reconsidering, and often starting over with new setup. 4. The physics behind the speed. Reciprocating motion with a hand tool seems slower than powered rotation, but the physics tell a different story. The short, controlled strokes of the reciprocating saw remove material efficiently without creating the resistance that circular cutting generates. Each stroke cuts cleanly and exits the material before binding can occur. This means the plumber maintains steady progress without the pauses needed to clear debris or prevent overheating that affect powered tools. The blade's straight path also allows the plumber to use body mechanics efficiently. They can position themselves to push through the cut using leg and core strength rather than just arm muscles. The tool's orientation changes naturally with each cut, whereas rotating tools require maintaining specific angles that fight natural body movement. Force application becomes more effective because it's applied exactly when and where needed. The plumber pushes during the cutting stroke and relaxes during the return. This intermittent force delivery reduces fatigue compared to the constant resistance of operating powered equipment. Over the course of a workday cutting dozens of holes, this efficiency advantage compounds dramatically. 5. Where modern tools actually fail. Manufacturers have tried repeatedly to create powered tools that would make pipe hole cutting faster and easier. Oscillating multi-tools with cutting guides, specialty reciprocating saws with circular cutting jigs, and even robotic cutters have been developed and marketed to plumbers. None have replaced the simple handsaw method for most applications. The failures happen because the engineers designing these tools focus on the cutting action while missing the broader context of plumbing work. A powered tool that cuts perfect circles in ideal conditions still fails in practice if it requires several minutes of setup, only works on specific materials, or cannot adapt to the irregular conditions found in real construction. 6. What this reveals about tools and expertise. The dominance of this old hand tool method demonstrates an important principle about the relationship between tools and human capability. The best tool isn't necessarily the one that delivers the most power or has the most features. Sometimes it's the one that best amplifies and responds to human judgment and skill. Powered tools remove decision-making from the operator. This is valuable when decisions are simple and conditions are predictable. But when conditions vary and judgment matters, removing decision-making becomes a limitation rather than a feature. The powered tool does what it's designed to do, whether or not that's what the situation requires. The next time you see a skilled tradesperson using an old hand tool when newer powered options exist, consider that they might understand something about their work that the tool designers missed. Speed isn't always about power. Sometimes it's about skill, adaptability, and choosing the tool that best serves the complete task. For more insights into why old methods sometimes outperform modern alternatives, subscribe to Invention Flex.